Hey everyone, this is Mista, and I have to say for this video and for this picture I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't drawn in a few days. So I had a really lovely holiday. We went down to quite a rural area and we were looking through lots of shops for lots of sheep, and it wasn't the most eventful thing in the world, but it was really relaxing and really nice to spend some time with the family, so there you go. Anywho, for this piece, when I first tried drawing it, I actually didn't use line art originally. You wouldn't think it would make a lot of difference, and I certainly didn't, which is why I tried not using it. But when I didn't use it originally, I found that my form was really off and that my proportions were really bad. So definitely, if you're having any issues with things like that, just throw some line art down in the beginning, even if you don't actually end up using it, because it certainly helped me out with my little experimentation there. For this piece, those really bright lights coming from his eyes, the strong white coming from his mask, means that I don't really need to worry too much about balancing the colours to make the focus point on him, because those two aspects alone will make the user focus on his face, even without the high contrast colours from his body between him and the background. Which is why here I have played around a little bit. There's high contrast on the sides of his body, but that's about it. Aside from that, he merges with the background quite a lot. Oh, aside from his ears too, the strong angles of those really help him stand out a little bit too. Either way, if you noticed before, I had the male reference torso there, as well as on the lower left I had a piece with someone wearing the gas mask as well. I was taking all the colours from that bottom piece originally and just using that other reference of the torso to try to copy the light from that bottom piece onto the middle piece, which was quite interesting to me because I've never done that before. I've never used a reference from one and use the light source from another, so I'm not sure if it worked out too well or not, but it turned out okay, I think. The reason it turned out okay too was because I spent a lot longer than I normally do on this. I spent 3 hours. Normally I wouldn't spend that long, but I really like this character. He's absolutely beautiful and I really wanted to get him right. The other reason that it took me so long was because I hadn't drawn for a while and I wasn't very confident. And when I'm not confident, I tend to work a lot slower, which often damages the sort of impact that my pictures have, which is why this one's a little bit more chaotic than usual, because I was spending a lot of time just detailing everything, which means that perhaps it's a little bit over-detailed. I'd definitely look out for that if I was a new artist, by the way, because it's so easy to do and it really flattens the piece out quite a lot. So when you see pieces that have this really rough quality to them, it doesn't necessarily mean that the artist is being lazy with it. Oftentimes it actually helps the piece have a particular motion or emotion to it, that sort of rough, raw feeling to it, and it also gives it special dimensions, especially if you detail the background less than the foreground. It'll help you focus on the foreground and put that background in the background, just like if you're focusing on something with a camera, for example. The background's often out of focus and hazy, so having this sort of rough shading to it really helps give you that impression when you're drawing. Anyway, I really hope this video helped you. Tell me if you have any requests or anything like that, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.